Hey you guys, thanks for watching. This is a quick overview of my RC 4-wheel drive Trail Finder 2 kit build. Now, this was my first RC 4-wheel drive kit, and to be completely honest, this is my first hard body kit. So it was a different experience for me. I'm coming from axial crawlers, which all have Lexan bodies. And the thing about Lexan bodies is painting them is a lot different. You use a different type of paint. They're very durable, they're very cost effective, they perform really well because they'll take a hit without breaking. But when it comes to scale details, hard bodies really are where it's at. The level of detail you get on this kit in the grille, the lights, the interior, it really is just a completely different game. So let me bring you in a little bit closer and show you some of the details on this kit. So some of the obvious differences coming from an axial kit is that the tires are 1.55 inches instead of the 1.9s on the axial kits. So that makes it a lot more true to scale. The bead locks are metal, and even these little bolts are scale here. So the detail's pretty amazing. Another difference is you've got leaf springs instead of links, of course. That was new for me. This is my first rig with leaf springs, but that's another detail that makes it a lot more realistic. All the screws and pieces are clearly labeled in their own baggies. You get a million of these little bags, but it's really nice how they're so organized. The kit does include a ton of metal parts, so make sure you use thread lock anytime a metal screw goes into metal. The axles, the 2-speed transmission, and the gearbox are all pre-assembled, which is a little bit different for me because I'm used to building everything from scratch. I did take them apart to make sure they had enough grease and to thread lock all the screws. The kit comes with 3 different leaf springs, but I only used 2 of them to keep the suspension nice and soft. In general, the kit went together very smoothly. After I built it, I did test fit the body just to make sure that everything fit properly before I painted it. Since this was my first hard body kit, I really took my time with it. I did yellow for the body, obviously, flat black for the bed here, flat black for the window trim also, beige for the interior. I don't know how well you can see that. I painted up the inside of the steering wheel with silver. Used a little toothpick, but I don't know how well you can see that, so maybe it was a wasted effort. I did 3 coats of paint. I wet sanded with 500 grit sandpaper before the final coat to smooth out a few imperfections. Now for these lenses here, I couldn't get the Tamiya paint that RC 4-wheel drive recommends, so I just used markers, but coloring them with colored permanent markers seemed to work pretty well. Now for the trim around the windows, Josh at Midlife RC recommended these paint pens. Both Tamiya and Testors make them, and he was telling me that it makes it a lot easier to paint up this trim. Unfortunately, I couldn't get them where I live, so I had to do that with a brush. It was pretty tough, but it came out okay. All in all, I'm really happy with the way this kit came out. I can't wait to get my electronics in there and get it out running. I did have one problem with the front shackles here. Let me zoom in and show you that. So the problem that I'm having with the front shackles is that they're hitting the body under compression. You can see that as they compress, they're hitting the bottom part of the body here. Now I double checked everything in the manual. That's just the way it is. It's assembled correctly. I even talked to Josh at Midlife RC. He sent me some photos of his ready to run version, and it came like that. So we're not talking about a builder's error here. We're talking about a flaw in the design. Now that's simple enough to fix. There's a few different ways to fix that. The first thing you could do is cut the body right here, trim it up a little bit, and I've noticed some people actually do that anyway to put on aftermarket bumpers. Another way to do that, or to fix this problem, would be a lift kit. RC 4-wheel drive sells a lift kit that brings that body up just a little bit, and people use that to put on larger tires, so that would fix the problem as well. Another way to fix the problem is the upgraded shackles. The shooter shackles or revolver shackles are an upgrade that go right here, and what that does is it changes the position and the geometry of these shackles, and that gives you much better articulation for the leaf springs, but at the same time it would solve that problem. I think that's the way I'll probably do it because I like the idea of having better articulation anyway, and so that's what I think I'll probably be doing for a future upgrade. Alright you guys, thank you very much for watching my my Trail Finder 2 project. I'm having tons of fun with it so far, and I'll have more videos in the future as I upgrade and run this thing. Thanks for watching, and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already.